Welcome to the History Hunter. Welcome to our small adventures with the World War II time frame. History Hunter here and Eagle Eyes. We are here. We are out at a massive German World War II coastal artillery position. We're going to share greatness with you here. If you haven't already, there are links to part 1, 2 in the other section under the video. I'll show you here where it says more. Watch this part first and you get a much better context of what's going on there. So yeah, it shows more. And then you come back here and I promise you, you won't regret. We're going to show you real World War II guns at this position here. So come on, join us and let's go out and find the path together right now. Attack. He's going to attack, he says. Crazy kid. He's got so much energy. All right, the Atlantic Wall was the fortification line, going from the top of Scandinavia to the bottom of France. Tens of thousands of different structures. We are at one of these amazing places where there are so many features, you won't believe it. You see part 1, 2 first, then you really get a grasp of what's going on here. But now we're gonna find the first little structure here. So what did you say is right in front of us?
The fire and control bunker.
The fire and control bunker. Do you want to see it?
Yes.
Boom.
Attack.
That is spectacular. That's like 1 story, 2 story, 3 stories. So you have fire and control kind of functions. Range finders, they take the different kind of bearings inside and then they transfer that to the gun crews. And right now we're gonna go a little bit around this iconic structure here. We're gonna see if it could be open on the backside. I haven't got a clue. And then it just goes on and on and on because there are so many of these fantastic structures here. It's not before you get very close to these that you can really kind of appreciate how massive they are. And you are just seeing, as they say, the tip of the iceberg. The rest is down here. Come on, zoom out a little bit more. The rest is down here underneath us. So this is basically what you've seen in so many war movies. You know, it's very iconic, but it was very functional because these narrow openings here made it almost impossible to get and hit the crews in there. And the overstructure there, overhang, prevented any damage there and so forth. So absolutely massive constructions they are. See it from this side. They actually had several. They had a backup fire and control bunker here as well, just to be able to kind of say, okay, this was put out of almost at commission or work. Then they could actually put the fire and control crew into a kind of spare one. And what they did was that they had full control over the action area, you could say. And then they did all the calculations with the rangefinder and finding the bearing, and then they could kind of convey that to the firing control crews out in the bunkers, and then that will be relayed to the gun bunker or the crews manning the gun, and then boom, boom, boom. Sometimes could also be electronically kind of set up so that this control bunker could control all the guns electronically, but I think they did it manually here, but that was also an option. But look at the view, wow, amazing. This is the top construction. I believe that this whole thing could be slid over, and heavy duty steel going on here, but I'm not sure why this thing can be slid over and what the purpose was. Maybe there's some kind of gear that's coming up from a hole there. I think they slid this off and they could traverse up a rangefinder or something like that. And when they needed to protect it, they just rolled this huge steel plate onto the top. Amazing stuff. That there is a 628 Regelbau, and it's a bit strange to be honest, but I'll take you down and show it to you. Yeah, we are going inside. The strange thing about this bunker here is it has a machine gun top work on top. That looks like this. massive self-defense system and weapon system on the bunker itself. And you can see here it has this feature where you can go in here, and then up here there will be the machine gunner, and then you would have maybe an MG34-42 spraying down. Beautiful place here. You can see the camouflage paint on the sides here. Absolutely spectacular. I have to be careful. I don't want to knock my head into something. I've done that already. Not a good thing. So these doors are all original. It's a very strange thing because this is a crew bunker. 628 is a crew bunker for around 10 guys. And you can see something special here. There's an entrance that way, and there's an entrance exit that way. Why? That is because this thing here is right in the middle of this huge area. And if you see part 2, I think it is, you can see that the actual beds, the original bunk beds that the Germans used, are still hanging on the wall. They're not that here, but if you watch part 2 first, as I said, you get a much better kind of insight of what's going on. So here we have also, you can see the ventilation shaft here. I'm gonna do that. Ventilation shaft is still up in the surface, or the air here. Oh, air, I mean roof. That's where the fresh air came in. And this is where they would have a hand cranked pump. Let me show you a little picture of that. I have some glitches in my phone, so it sometimes just freezes up, but also me and Eagle Eyes, we actually found some of these air pumps fully functioning. Is that cool or what? So the crews here would man different kinds of features here. Could be guns, rangefinder systems, all of that. And that is why there is 2 entrances and exits. So they could run up here and they could kind of come either way. So one crew would go out that way if they were needed there, and another crew would run out that way. Absolutely spectacular. So when they come up here, it wouldn't be far to their workstation, because this is a place where it's all about guns, massive guns, and we are going to take you to show you the first set of these, and the 15 centimeter artillery guns that they had here to be able to fire out towards the sea there. This place is out of this world. There are so many interesting structures and features. Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. I think this is closed off. Let's, yeah. It's a V174, and you can see, wow, that's a cool little feature. You can see here that the crews could save some time, come out from the bunker there, and just whoop, run out the steps. How cool is that? And the shutter, well, it will most definitely keep you out, that is for sure. What a spectacular way to come up and down the bunker there, huh? Up there and man that tower. Yes, he was absolutely right. It's a radar bunker. It's also closed off because of something, but it's a radar bunker. And I guess the radar was just right there. And this is what it's all about. If you see here, this is a bit different from the other ones, because this one has the original camouflage paint scheme here. See that? And the other ones were painted blue. So this is basically what you see in the entrance areas of these bunkers. You see this very special pattern of different kind of colors, and even the barrel was painted like that. And just behind me here, this is a very special feature that is not often that you see. This is where they empty down the spent rounds into the base there, which is actually shut off by this steel plate. Down here, that is where they put all of this. The ammunition would come out here. Another one would be there. Electronics, telephones, you can see them. They've been on the wall there. Steel things on the roof. Another one of these. As I said, there's a huge room under here. And this is the gun. This is a 15 centimeter gun that was used. Bofors 15 centimeter PK, and they have a lot of handles that moves, and Eagle Eyes loves to play around with that. Some of these, as I said, they move. If you watch part 2, you can see Eagle Eyes can actually traverse the whole gun turret around. That was so cool to see. Down there is the mill radian. You can see that, the mill radian there in brass. It's so strange that it has been ripped off and someone has stolen it. I'm so glad it's still there for us to see. And you can see where the soldiers would point their gun, and when the right firing solution came, boom, off it went. So do you want to see the business end of this gun? Boom. Is that spectacular or what? And as you can see on the top there, you see all these metal bars. That is what connected the camouflage canvas to these massive, it's actually railroad kind of metal things. And there's one there, one there. And the purpose for that was to be able to stretch heavy duty camouflage canvas on the sides. I'm gonna see if I can find a picture so you can see how that actually looks. And this picture I think was taken just in May or some, I'm not sure, in 45. That's a lot of camo. And that is why these things were so difficult to take out by aircraft, because all of this would be camouflaged so well that if you're coming in hundreds of kilometers per hour with an aircraft, you wouldn't be able to actually spot them that easy. They would stand out like this if they were not camouflaged, but you know, they were camouflaged heavy duty, and that made it very difficult for the Allies to spot them. And this is the front of the command bunker. Looks like one of these that you've ever seen so many times, you know, in the Normandy beaches, all of that. Main difference is that this is just one level. Many of these, like the huge fire and control bunkers, they would have like 2 or 3 levels. Let me show you a picture of that. So this one is a command bunker separate from the fire and control bunker, which is here also. And the main purpose, as I said, was to have full control, have the overview. There's a battle room, readiness room in there with maps and all of that. And that is kind of what that purpose of this bunker was, to have full control of the battle situation in the area. And it didn't direct too many of the firing solutions, a lot of that, but mainly had full control of what took place, and the main orders came from here. Yeah, another 622. They're not exactly boring, but they are so frequent that we don't kind of pay attention to them often. I've shown you so many videos of them inside, so I won't bore you with that here, but they are spectacular actually, because it's like a, you know, you see they produce cars like in an assembly plant. These are the organization TOTS masterpieces. These are the ones that are built so quick you won't believe it. Some of these can be built in just weeks if they have enough workforce, and that is amazing to see when you consider how much concrete, how many thousands of cubic meters and all of that are needed, and all the infrastructure around it. So they built narrow track railroad area systems to transport the concrete, the sand, the rebars, all of that, and in that way, with hundreds of workers, they could finish these pretty quick. I want to take the opportunity to say a massive thank you to all of you who support our work. That's the only way we can go out there. As I said, I greatly appreciate when you subscribe, hit the notification bell, watch the videos in full. That's the least you can do. Of courtesy of the hard work we do. Don't skip, because you won't get any context. And also, we do appreciate all the donations and the PayPal support for our PayPal team. Thank you for being in there for us. It is so greatly appreciated. What we have here is another very special type of bunker. Eagle Eyes, can you hold up for a little second? I'll just see if I can show you. See, this is a totally different configuration.
I think it's open actually.
Yeah, we're gonna see it. And inside here, I'm not 100% sure what the purpose is, but this is the footprint of this type of bunker. It's heavy duty built, and let's go down and figure out what's here. I actually did remember what it was, but me and Eagle Eyes, we were discussing some other numbers. I was a bit confused. It's 134, it's an ammo bunker. And it's basically a storage room or rooms, because you can see here, there is this here, and you have this other entrance here. So you can go inside, and this is one separate room, and there's a backlash valve. That is cool, and it's so nice to see that it's actually there. See the thing here? It goes in and out like that. So if there is a pressure wave from one of these rooms, it will not make a conflict for this room. Maybe this is where they could have had some attachment for electricity. I don't know, I'm not sure. Oh, there are spiders in the roof. Stay calm, History Hunter. Stay calm, breathe, breathe. See the cutouts they have for the doors, so that the doors can be as open as they could, you see? So they found out afterwards, we need to have something to make this door go even wider so you can pass through here with the ammunition. Cool, little detail. And then, see the thickness of the wall here? That means that it really made an effort to make this secure. And then have one room here. And then I guess there's just a tiny little thing here. And again, the pressure valve. Oh, this is a bit more stuck. Tiny little room. Love it. Absolutely love it. And you see, they painted it red somehow. I'm not sure whether that is original, but it's such an amazing thing to be able to go to these places and find these structures. And boy, oh boy, we're going to share even more with you. Totally so. In part 4, we're going to share something really interesting that we found there. If you want to help us out to reach more locations, we have this little super thanks feature here. That is your opportunity to help us out to reach more locations. Maybe we can get some gasoline to fill into the fuel tank, and then boom, go out and share even more history with you. This place is, as you've seen, so amazing, and all of these different features had one purpose, and that was protect the Atlantic Wall. And you know, Hitler ordered hundreds of locations to be built, and tens of thousands of structures are still out there to be seen, and we will share more with you. Thank you for watching, subscribing, commenting. I'm going to continue with a little special project here. Also going to take a decision of what to do with this helmet that Eagle Eyes drag out when we metal or magnet fish. So that's going to be interesting to see, and we're going to share that with you later. Until next time, please stay safe, keep smiling, and we will definitely see you out there in the next one.